Alright guys, so we're back in this Liberty again, and welcome to the channel, by the way. If you haven't been here before, please click that subscribe button. But today, we're back in the Jeep Liberty, the 2005 Jeep Liberty that I showed you guys yesterday when we were going over the scanner. It's had a few problems. We did the hood struts on it, we checked everything out. It was a recent purchase by one of our customers, so just wanted us to do a quick once-over on it, make sure everything was good. But the one main problem that we have with this, that the customer absolutely wants repaired, is the blower motor. Now, I'll show you guys exactly what it's doing, and then we're going to go through and replace the actual part that's bad, and we'll go from there. So here's what's going on. So if you can see the blower controls down there, we basically got our blower fan control here. All right, on 1 we got nothing, 2 we got nothing, 3 we got nothing, and if it focused, we'd be great. There we go. Oh, maybe. No. Okay. Yeah. Then on level 4, boom, we got blower. But on 3, 2, and 1, we got nothing. So what that means is that there is a small part under the dash of this thing, usually in the heater box on the passenger side, called a blower motor resistor. Now what that resistor is, I can show you because I have the brand new one. So instead of explaining it, I'll actually show it to you. So here is what a blower motor resistor looks like. Now, you have a plug that goes in the end down there, which connects to the blower motor and also receives power from the battery. Then you go up into this section here. Now you can see all those smaller traces, the larger traces, and they're all ultimately connected to this connector down here. Now what this does is when you select number 1, it passes through one of the small conductors, thus creating a high resistance and therefore less voltage to the blower motor. Then when you put it on 2, you get that slightly thicker one right there, and you get a little bit less resistance and a little bit more voltage to the blower, so the speed increases. Then when you go to level 3, you go into the ultra thick trace right here, which basically gives you the least amount of resistance. And we gotta stop dropping things on the floor. The larger trace gives you the least amount of resistance, and then when you go to blower setting 4, it bypasses this unit altogether and just gives you full voltage to the blower. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you guys under the dash, we'll get in there, we'll replace this thing, and we'll see how everything goes. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to pull down this under tray right here, because that is usually where our resistor is located. So we just basically have 3 Phillips head screws, and we're going to pull that down. Sorry, my hand's in the way. I gotta get a wide angle lens. Oh, okay, only 2 screws on that one. Pull this down. Get that out of the way. And now we're gonna try to locate our resistor. I can see the blower motor. See if we can find that resistor up under here somewhere. Alright, so we don't see it under there, so it's very possibly behind the glove box. So we'll take the glove box out and we'll search there too. Alright, so let's yank the glove box down. Get some light on this thing for you guys. Let's see if we can find it behind the glove box. Alright, so we got a score, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it is right there. That is the blower motor resistor. The new one that we have right here is actually going to go in its place, so we got to go get, looks like an 8mm, and we'll yank that one out. Alright, so we got our 8mm. And we are going to now unscrew these. There's one. The other one might be a little bit difficult to get to because it's sort of on an angle. So we may have to get a wrench in there. Or a swivel. Let me go see what I got, guys. Alright, so we pulled in an 8mm ratcheting wrench, which will get up in there nice and easy. We get it from the bottom. And if we're lucky, guys, we'll actually get to see some physical damage on this resistor, which they tend to burn up a little bit, so... Oh, sorry, killing your light again. Alrighty, now we can literally just pull this thing right out of here. Unplug it. It looks like the factory one. So now Chrysler, I'm sure you can see that little red guy right here. Chrysler uses these little red retainers to keep things from getting accidentally unplugged. They're a huge pain in the butt. Kind of have to get in there and just pop that a little bit, so you can see it just popped out, just a hair. Maybe you can't see, but I'm telling you it's there. Squeeze it, pull the connector out. Now unfortunately we can't really see any physical damage on this one, except it does have a little bit of corrosion towards the bottom of it. Yeah, you probably won't be able to see that. But it's got some corrosion right at the bottom there. So what we're going to do now is we are going to check the plug, because a lot of times when these fail, it's not necessarily the resistor, but it could be the plug, melted wires, things of that nature. This one looks really, really good. I don't see any issue with it. There's no melted anything. Plug looks solid. So what we're going to do is we are first going to pop our new one in before we plug it in. Just makes things easier when you're not fighting the wires. It'll definitely help if you don't put it in upside down. Get that in there. I'll get one of the screws started. One we can get to with the screwdriver. Get that one screwed down. Get this bottom screw in here. Now we're going to plug this back in. Make sure we get that connector fully seated in there, because that's super important. It'll be pretty hard to push in. It'll click. Make sure you push your little red guy back in there so there's no chance of that plug coming out. And now what we're going to do is we are actually going to, before we put all of this back together, we want to test the blower motor, make sure it works on all the speeds. So we're going to do that right now. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to put this on vent, like so. Let's see if I can bring you guys over this way, it'd be easier to see. There's the vents right there. We're going to turn on the ignition. Let's see. Alright, so we're on blower setting 1. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we got some air. Setting 2. Let me get a better piece of paper so you guys can see this better. Hold on. Alright, so blower setting 2. See that waving around in there? Blower setting 3. And at this point you should be able to hear it. And then blower 4. Oh yeah, we got plenty. So let's go back to blower 1. And you can see we got some air movement there, which is great. So we're good. That fixed our problem. Now that's the one thing you want to make sure that you do before you go ahead and put everything together, because honestly not all of these things are this easy to get to. There are several vehicles where you have to take apart a good portion of the dashboard to even get to that particular blower motor resistor. So be careful, guys. Make sure you test this thing before you put everything back together and you'll be good. So now we're going to throw this back together quick and yeah. Alright guys, so I hope you found that interesting. The fact that, you know, these parts go bad and then your blower motor only works on high or it doesn't work at all. These are usually the culprit. 9 times out of 10, the blower is not bad. It's actually just the resistor that has gone bad. And like I said, in this one, if it'll focus, you see a little bit of corrosion, a little bit of rust. The paint and plastic is actually coming off of these, which means that this got really, really hot because it was failing. This is the OEM one. This is a Vallejo part, which Chrysler used for years. But I hope that was interesting enough to you guys, because for roughly $20 for the part, a Phillips head screwdriver, an 8mm wrench or socket or whatever you have on hand, you're going to be able to do this job in about 15 minutes in the comfort of your own garage or your own driveway or your backyard or wherever you're doing it. You can save yourself a ton of money by doing that. So head over to AutoZone, Advance Auto, Napa, not sponsors of the show, unfortunately. But head over there, take a look, and yeah, you'll find the part and you'll get all your blower functionality back for 20 bucks, roughly. So do yourselves a favor, save some money. Alright guys, I hope you found this one interesting. Again, I know I got to figure out a better way to end these videos. I'm always like, you know, I hope you liked it, whatever. I don't want to steal anybody's taglines, but you know what? I hope you learned something. And it's easy. The stuff is easy. Once you figure it all out, do your research on YouTube, plenty of videos like this one, and you'll be good to go. So click that subscribe button, hit that like button, ding the little bell so you get new notifications when I post. And as always, guys, have a great day.